bookish besties, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be remaking my series tracker and taking a look at my original one that I made for this year and just kind of analyzing what doesn't work for it and what might work for me better here. And then we are going to go into make it, and so you're going to see me journaling that and how I came up with what I'm doing. Before we get into that, let's do our typical check-in. I am currently reading Shadow Reaper and I am about 50 pages in, so it's not very far in, so I have a lot more to go there. But my next step read will be A Song of Salt and Shadow, which is another arc, and then after that I'm finally getting to the Ballad of Falling Dragons, which I have been so excited for, so that will be soon. Okay, let's get into today's video. As you may know, I have two reading journals. So this one is the smaller one that I use for my reading trackers, my challenges, and other fun things like that. So we are going to open it up to my first series tracker I made, and we will compare and see what doesn't work for me. So over here on the left, I have some series that I went into the year with already starting, and then I put the name of the series, the titles of the books, and then a star rating. Unfortunately for these bottom two, I didn't even fill out the ones that I had read like for star ratings, so it just wasn't working for me. I didn't go to that. And then on the right, I have this additional series pocket where I have different little paper that I was supposed to write them, and then instead of star ratings, I'm just highlighting them once I've read them. But that also wasn't working for me because I wasn't writing down the rest of the series as I had them. I don't like the inconsistency between whether I did a star rating or I highlight it. So I want to make sure that all of my series are consistent. I also want to make sure that it's something I'm actively going to instead of something that like it feels taxing to make a new title and fill out a new page and whatnot. So I don't really like the way this one was done, but I'm hoping that my new one will help me a lot more. So that being said, I'm opening it up to that, which I've already kind of sketched out how I want to go with this and also written down what series will be included in here. So over in this top area, I'm going to have the title area. I wanted it nice and designy. And then on the right, I already wrote some series I want to read and the titles of them. And down here, on the bottom left is going to be series that don't have any books in 2026, or technically some of them started in 2026 but it doesn't like have a series yet, but I'm writing them down so I don't forget them, so I can make my trackers next year more easily to create. I also have another page and a half-ish of more series that I'm reading, and I already wrote those down, and I left some blank spaces that I'll be able to fill out with other series I find throughout the year or whatnot. So let's just get into making this into reality instead of just a sketch on the paper. So I took out some different materials. I thought that these red letters would be nice. I'm trying to go for like a strawberry theme on this page, so I thought these red stickers for the alphabet would be good. And then I wrote out my people, of course, because I always like putting like characters on there. And then this is my pink set, which I think will go with all the strawberry themes. And then, of course, I have this designer paper. I like this pink grid from it, so I thought that would be nice for it. I also have my washies. I have 3 different rolls of washies here that I thought some of these might go. I probably won't use everything. I mean, no, I know I won't use everything, but it's nice to have some different ones out that I think call to me for this design. I own a lot of washi tape, so it's easier for me to set out specific rolls that call to me first. I also have these, which technically come from a PET tape, like a roll of tape, but I thought these little fairies looked really cute, and they have strawberries, like she's holding a strawberry. One of them has a strawberry beret. And then what else do we have over here? Sorry. We have my Satelier, like sticky notes, memo pads. And I thought that some of those pinks might look nice. I have this that I got from a notepad as well. I just really like the strawberry vibes. I'm for sure planning to use this in the title area, so I grabbed that one out. And then my Satelier strawberry mini stickers I thought would be cute little accents on there as well. And I also have some smaller washies that are not on that type of roller thing that I have. This one's like mini stickers washies, and then this one's Sakura's, and I think those are very cute for this design. And then this washi like tape that has this grid and this pink. I like the muted tones of it. And then I really like this strawberry girl sitting here. On this one, I don't think I'm going to use it because it doesn't match the other colors, but we shall see. Okay, so I want to start with this pink grid, so I'm only taking out one of those, and I'm going to crop the corner so it matches in the corner. And then I'm going to cut it with my squiggle line on my cutter so it can have a nice little shape. And I'll put that over in the corner. I use my nail to see where I need to cut it, and then I cut it, and then I glue it down. And it's just that simple, really. I'll move these clips to hold it down. I told you I want to use this notepad that I have here, so I'm going to start by putting the title in this note. I don't know what you can call a singular page from a notepad. We should have a word for that. Anyway, so I thought that mixing up the colors here would look really cute for the series tracker. And then I want to put this little strawberry I have from a different sticky note thing. I want to put that behind it because I think that would add a little bit more texture and colors to it. Okay, and then after I've pasted that down, I'm going to go in with my washi, the muted colored one, and I ripped off the sides to make it look more uneven and fun shaped. Put a little strawberry there, some more washi's, kind of just layering things on here. And then once I've put the little fairy, I've seen how much space I use, so I'm putting 2026 next to that because it is my 2026 series tracker. And then I'm going to use this washi to create like a border around the series with no further books in 2026. So I'm doing that, and I'm kind of just ripping it with my nail to the shape that I want it to be. Once I've erased all of that extra stuff around there for the lines, I'm going to make sure that the title is in a different color, and then I'll line it as well, and I'll write that this is series with no 2026 releases, and then I'll just write down all the ones that I had so far. So I have Deathbringer, Queen of Faces, The Emperor's Enemy, and then Villains of Lore. Over on this side, I'm going to start making those lines that I had sketched out over in marker so it can be seen easier. And then I'm just going to put those all into my notebook. So I put at the top the title of the series, and then I make these little boxes that I'm going to fill in if I've read that book in the series. And then I'll just put the titles next to it so I can see all the different ones. So this one's going to be the Shatter Me New Republic, which starts with Watch Me, which I read, and then there's Release Me, and one more that's coming later this year, Escape Me. And then I just kind of skip forward so you didn't have to see me writing all those in, and then we can continue designing it. Okay, so I'm going back in with some more of these fairies because I really like pulling them together with the same thing. So I'm using more of the same washis that have a grid, and then kind of placing those around, ripping them up so they look more organic shaped, and placing those everywhere. And then I'll put some little fairies and some strawberries to pull it together to look similar to the left side. And then I took out that washi with all the mini stickers, and I'm putting some on both sides. And then we're going to flip it over and just do the same over here. Some more fairies, some more washis. This time I'm going to use the pink one that we have on that first page and just rip it up, put it all around. And then I'll go in with a little of the grid one to layer them on. And then again, just, fairies and strawberries all around to add the design. I'm not going to design the bottom portion of either of them since I am planning to put more book series, so I left that kind of blank so I'll have the space to design it later because I don't know how long the series will be or what space I'll have, so I will just add that on later with my stickies and all of that I have. And then there's this big gap on this manga one, so I just decided to add a little strawberry there as well. But otherwise, that's it. This is the finished design of my new series tracker, and I think I do like it. I'm excited to have more space to fill out new ones that I come across this year, and just to be able to actually use this throughout the year for the series I'm reading. And ta-da! There it is. My new series tracker has been made. I already feel really relieved to see some of these book series down that I hadn't been writing down in my previous one. So I'm glad I have a little bit more space to work with for series that I come across and want to read this year. So I'm really glad I made this, and I hope you guys like it as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your favorite series of all times because maybe I'll add it on to here and read that one as well. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I post. Until next time, happy reading!